I haven't heard that forever.
It has been a long time. It's sweet, sweet music to my ears.
Of
course, Jason forgot
of course,
to
there's
turn-
another song right after it. And a new setup today with the
As we work the cobwebs out and get used to this new setup.
with the speakers in the background,
Surround
and the
sound.
foreground. It is surround sound. It's nice.
You know, the last happy hour episode, I was not here, and it was
true. It was a
it was
happy
a-
hour with Joby.
Joby and Jason,
Joby and Jason.
and Ian from Cutler's Arts and Spirits. But I was kind of bummed. I was sitting there listening at home. You know, I
was sipping on a delicious gin and tonic.
I tried to enjoy. I went and got something else to enjoy, but it wasn't the same. So I'm glad to be back. That's
good. It's good to be back in
the short end of that stick.
What does Jason call it? The BH 101 Studios.
And I tell you guys, there's something a little unnerving about hashtag driving someone else's car. You know, I was sitting in the driver's seat that night trying to work the board, make sure things are rocking the way Curtis would make them rock, and it's not the same as having the.
It was, and it was a total one-on-one interview, so it was kind of weird too. Like, oh wait a minute, I don't have anybody to help me out here.
When you don't have somebody else to play off, you know, it can be kind of difficult. But we're back. You know, one of the things I was actually thinking about you all day today because I found live streaming on for World Cup. So I found it on my computer on the interwebs because I don't have cable, so I don't get to watch it.
Right.
I don't get to watch anything. But I was watching the USA game today.
The USA game was. I had my shirt on. It was nuts in here today. It was great. Our three busiest games have been all the U.S. games.
Yeah.
So people are coming out, whether they like soccer or not. It's cool. It's good to see the support.
Well, and then yesterday
they lost today, but of course with the magic of World Cup,
right?
You can still go on even if you lose or tie, and it's confusing everybody. I grew up watching this, so I'm good. But there are people going, "How do you draw?" And first of all, how do you draw? And I said, "Well, you draw 0-0, 1-1, 2-2." They're like, that doesn't make any sense. There's no overtime. It's like, nope, not till the next round. And then if you draw, you still advance, and it's just everyone's scratching their head going.
Well, I'm glad that I'm not the only one because I was sitting there watching and I'm listening to the commentator say, you know what? If Portugal wins today, but if they only win by 1 point, then the U.S. goes or whatever. So it was fun to watch it. But I was watching. Argentina has been kicking some butt, and that reminded me of you.
That's my team definitely. And Tuesday I get a double whammy. It's gonna be great. Argentina in the morning, USA at 1 o'clock. So I will be non-productive on Tuesday. Actually, did you see that Klinsmann, the U.S. coach who's German, actually wrote a letter and said, I want everybody to show this to your boss on Thursday because you are not going to work, you're watching the game. And it was great. It was like a signed letter that you could turn in. I don't know if it worked, but we had a lot of people.
So I saw that, but I thought that was just somebody making up something.
No,
that was from the coach.
That was cool.
Well, so, I mean, they played a tough game today, but what I really liked was afterwards, you know, they're all shaking hands, they're hugging. But then because he's a German coach, I mean, he's over there with the German coach and with all the other players too, just hanging out. So the magic of World Cup where they hate each other on the field and they're playing really, really hard. Right. But as soon as the game's done.
The best tweet I saw was something that said, if you're watching the Twitter feeds this morning, you would think it's like World War II because it was like U.S. defeats Germany, or not U.S. defeats, but that day it was like U.S. ties Portugal, this country beats this country, and it's like if you had no idea if you were watching the tweets, you'd be like, wow, it's World War II out there right now, and it is. I mean, USA Germany, that was pretty cool. It was, and him being a German coach, and so it was good. The only disappointing thing about the World Cup is you watch everybody in the stands, and they're drinking Brahma beer, which is basically like a Budweiser of Brazil, if I could tie it back to happy hour for just a second. And everyone's drinking these giant plastic Brahma cups. I mean, they must be drinking just lots of that because it's hot over there. And I guess you do need a really crappy lager when it's really hot. But
no, you don't.
Well, People Pills was perfect today for me.
I know,
I was hot.
And it sounds like a major ass kiss, you know? Because the Primo Pills. Because we've got Jeffers and Jim from Firestone, from Barrelworks here. But
it was appropriate to have the People Pills.
Right, and when it's when it's like it is, I mean, this is kind of unusual, a little hot and humid.
It's a high 74 degrees in Ventura today.
I felt kind of like
melting.
It's nothing quite like Brazil, which is probably 80, 90 degrees.
And 80% humidity.
Right.
So, there's definitely crappy beers at the World Cup, but it's too bad. But it is what it is. Now, a fun thing to do, of course, we have to wait 4 years to do it, is to have a World Cup of beer. And like, I think, did you post something like that where it was like a beer from every, or drink from every country?
Right. I found someone who was posting all the beers. And so if you go through Hophead Said Facebook page, and I may have double posted it on Happy Hour, but one of the things, some people are pointing some things out, and I didn't actually, I didn't look at them very carefully, to tell you the truth. I just was kind of glancing through them, and somebody said, well, isn't this one owned by such and such?
Right.
And I think that would be a great case study, just to look at all these world beers and find out
they're all owned by one company?
Right, you know, Sab Miller or whatever it is, you know, like there could be 3 or 4 conglomerates that own all of the beer companies that were there. I mean, the U.S. had what? Bud Light, for goodness sakes.
I know, that was representing the U.S.
I can't even swear at that. I just say, for goodness sakes, because it was just disappointing.
On the other hand, though, the caipirinhas, which I can never pronounce, which is that Brazilian lime cachaça drink. Those are awesome.
It's a Brazilian
and that's
mojito.
definitely, that's the Brazilian mojito with no mint. Just lime.
It is so good.
That is a great summer drink, and that's being drunk all over Brazil.
And is Lumina?
Yeah, we've been featuring them here, definitely. And actually, the other day made a strawberry one, which was really good. So it's very funny when you have a table full of guys order a round of caipirinhas.
Drinking with their finger up,
and they're proud of it, and that's fine. I think it's a great drink.
No, yeah, absolutely. I've enjoyed my share of those. It's good. It's a nice, refreshing drink. Right. And if you're, win in Rome kind of thing.
Right, win in Rome when the World Cup is on. So
So how many times? One of the great things, and I've been telling all of my friends too about, there's only a handful of places that are showing all of these games. But you are open. You've been on these morning games at 8:45.
I'm totally exhausted right now because I've been here But we've been open for every game. But again, the U.S. games are definitely the busiest. Today we had a full house at 8:45, which was really cool and very unusual for us because you're like, what time is it? It's like, it's 9 o'clock. People are drinking beer and Bloody Marys. Awesome.
And nobody was going to work.
Maybe. I don't know. I know some people ask for their check right away. Like, they're probably.
I gotta go.
I gotta go to work. I'm on my breakfast break. So
well, that game got over at what? 10,
11.
10, 11.
Yeah, okay. That's a nice thing about that. One of the really great things about soccer, of many, and arguably, is it is a set. It's 45 minutes plus maybe a couple minutes of injury time, and then 20 minutes, and then 45 minutes. So there's no TV timeout. There's no, we got to make, they make all their money on the screen. You see all these advertisements on the screen. But the thing is, you can time your game. Now, in the next round, which starts Saturday, no, that's it. Like, we will go to overtime and stuff. So it could be a little longer. You can budget your time.
Yeah, well, this was the first time that I'd seen them actually adding minutes because I don't ever watch soccer. So when they added it because somebody decided to run out in the field, you know what?
Got hurt.
The disappointing part for me is that guy didn't last just a few more minutes out on the field because right at the end they were pushing to score. It was it was. And if that guy had been able to avoid the officials for just another minute or so, you never know.
Yeah, and we were disappointed because since they lost, then the whole restaurant cleared out. But if they had won, we probably would have had some celebratory drinks. Well, I think one German guy ordered a bottle of champagne.
Oh, yeah?
He was happy. I think there were 2 German fans.
Well, there's, now they're going to what, sudden death kind of thing. So if you lose the game, you're out.
Now it's one loss and you're out. So.
Is there a specific name for that sort of tournament rules where you're counting how many points you make?
I think it's. Actually, you know what? That's a good question. It's like win or go home is the unofficial thing, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if there's an official name for that.
Something for people to let us know about. We've got a couple minutes here before we kick off the show. I'm looking forward to this flight. We've
It's
got
gonna be awesome.
Barrelworks flight.
We got the two big guys from Barrelworks.
What are the beers we've got coming up?
We've got Little Opal, which I'm eyeballing over there. That I can't
There
wait
it
to
is.
get to. Agrestic, which is a sour DBA. And we've got Sticky Monkey, the quadruple, bourbon quadruple. And then the Sukaba, the barrel-aged barley wine.
It's going to be
And
crazy.
then a surprise beer.
Mystery.
Surprise, mystery, question mark.
Question mark.
Yeah, no one knows.
It's
Unmarked growlers.
I was really hoping that since they were calling it the mystery beer, that they were going to dress it up something like the Riddler, you know, purple coat.
They've been hinting at sneak preview and all these different things, so who knows what's going on.
That's going to be great.
Awesome. So should we wrap up for this first one?
Yeah, let's take a couple-minute break. We'll get
and then
back.
We'll come back. We'll get into the show. I'm ready.
Yeah, and get the beers going.
All right.
All right, we'll catch you in a bit.